Chapter 9, More Than Just a Pretty Face, Part 2. For fun, like talking about girls or video games, I went to Czar, so I decided to spare him all my confusion about Renaissance Man and my dad. It'd be good for him to just chill for a while. What are you considering speaking about? He asked. Don't worry about it. You want to go see a movie or something? In the middle of the day, Danielle. That just means tickets are cheaper. We have classes. What's your point? I hate him, Intezar said. He's dead to me. I didn't say anything. It wasn't the first time that Sarab had been dead to Intezar. It had been happening in increasing frequency over the years. The increased tension between my two friends might have sort of slightly been a little bit of my fault. I'd been flying high after convincing Sorab Savarhi, by all people, to skip class and catch a movie. In my excitement, I let slip that Intezar had a crush on Natari Smith and that I thought he would totally ask Natari out. This had apparently led to Sarab calling Czar later that night to explain to him exactly how doing that would land Czar in hell. I should have kept my mouth shut, yes, but Sarab should have as well. Honestly, if he kept getting himself killed in this manner, someday he might not be able to come back to life. Let's talk about something else, Czar. I've had enough of that guy. I shrugged at Intezar and I looked around the cafeteria, searching for a place to sit. I would have rather just gone outside. The smell of stale meatloaf made me a little sick, but Czar liked to be indoors when he ate. It's the one principle he has in his life, so I put up with it without too much complaint. The search for a place in the world is an awkward thing. It's the worst in the school cafeteria and anywhere else. They're looking for a place among strangers. You're looking for a place among people you sort of know, and then you hope to be welcomed everywhere, but know that you're not. We could have decided to sit with the Muslim Students Association kids at the farthest corner of the cafeteria. I knew they'd make room for us. Sorab waved at us from the other table like he did every day, though today he did so with some hesitation. Czar would never do it. He thought that the MSA judged him for having had girlfriends, and he was probably right about that. We weren't close to any cheerleaders, unfortunately, and we weren't nerds. We were not in any clubs or into any sports, and while we were friendly with a lot of people, we were really only friends with each other. We kind of suck, I said under my breath. If he heard me, Intezar ignored what I said. Instead, he yelled, "Dibs," and ran toward an empty table that opened up across the room, his foot teetering perilously on the cheap brown plastic tray he was carrying. I followed with as much dignity as I could manage under the circumstances. So, what did you decide about Churchill? Czar asked once we were settled. I don't know. It's rough. I'm still reading about the famine, and dude, I'm thinking I'm going to have to talk about it. It's like, I can't imagine not doing it, you know? I can't get the pictures out of my head, and there's the whole thing with my family stuff. Tippett is going to hate it if you go after Churchill. That's his boy. Yeah, anyway, we can talk about something else. I'd rather not think about the famine while we're eating. Czar nodded. Fine. You'll still have to tell me what happened with Sorab in English. I keep hearing stories. I thought he was dead to you. We tell stories about people who are in the ground all the time. I sighed, but told him what had gone down. That's insane, Yar. He's starting to lose it. All those super intense books he's been reading have gotten in his head. Those crazy YouTube Imam videos he loves aren't helping either, Czar said. You should talk to him. He seemed better yesterday. It'll be fine. He's just getting more religious, that's all. You say that like it's a normal thing. It is. Intezar shook his head. It's not okay? It's not good, okay? Isn't it the definition of good? Not for everyone. Religion is like alcohol. Don't look at me like that. I'm going to explain it, Yar. Look, everyone has a tolerance level with alcohol, right? And everyone's tolerance level is different. I have no way of knowing if this is knowing this, and neither did Intezar, except we heard it about it on TV and in the movies, and as those were primary sources of information about the world, I accepted his statement as true. Some people can take a lot of religion and they're fine. I mean, you know, they never have any fun, but whatever. That's their problem. They're fine. Other people, like Sarab, can't deal with it. They have a little bit of religion and it goes to their head and they end up throwing it up all over their friends and strangers in the world. That actually does make sense. Basically, the wisdom font. However, I found the wisdom font, I looked. It doesn't come with Word. He shrugged. I just used Times New Roman. Anyway, it isn't my theory. It's in the Quran. No, it isn't. Yeah, it says the Quran is so heavy that if it had been revealed to a mountain would have cracked under its own weight. Some people crack under its own weight too. Not everybody can handle it. Okay, but I already talked to him. Why don't you try? Because I don't see dead people, I rolled my eyes. Besides, he and I don't speak the same language anymore. I didn't tell him it wasn't true because it was, and I didn't tell him to work it out with Sora because I didn't know how he could.